Hello, lovely people. You are welcome once again to your Roots Academy. And in today's lesson, in our Excel training, we are going to make emphasis on how to format our cells. So let's move on. First of all, let's try to enter some values in our cells. So let's select any of the cells. For me, I'm selecting cell C2. So enter this number here or these values there. So just hit on the caps lock key because we want it to be capital letters. So you click on, you enter numbers, then hit on enter, then you enter the number that you want to appear. So just follow me as I do. Okay, then so after this, okay, let's add something here. Let's add names to B2 and hit on enter, then search by the names there. Okay, so let's add this one. Say 5. Okay, so we have entered our data in this cell, in the cells from D2 through to C7. Now we are going to make the editing with it. So if you want to make any editing with it, or you want to format any of the cells here, you need to select the cell. So first of all, you see that the cells are aligned to the right. But one thing you must note here is that, okay, let's increase the size of this a bit. Okay, you see that when you enter tests in Excel, they are aligned to the left, and when you enter numbers, they are aligned to the right. So we want to align our text to the center, so you just highlight the whole thing. You just click on one cell, you click on the first cell, then you left click, then you drag to the last cell. That is how we highlight the range of cells. Now we want to format it, so we want to format the whole cells, that this group of cells. So let's go to the side. We have the alignment here. We want to align it, so we have the first one here, which is a top align. That is whereby you align your text to the top of your columns or of your cells. Then this one is the center or middle alignment. Then you have the bottom or down alignment. Then you have the left alignment. Then you have the center alignment. Then you have the right alignment here. So you can select any of these. So let's initially, then default of this is what is left. So let's click on this and see what will happen. You see that the numbers which was first at the right and is now in the left alignment. Let's click on the center align. Everything is at the center. Then everything will be at the right when you click on the right alignment. Okay, let's do something here. Let me increase the column of this and see. You see that when you increase the column, the initial alignment is at the bottom, and you want to change it, so you can change it to the center, you can change it to at the top. Okay, so you see that when you do this, something like this, you see that your work will be arranged nicely. Okay, so let's move forward. Now let's click on this small arrow here. We want to make more emphasis on the alignment. Let's click on, okay, before that, let's go to wrap. When we talk of wrap test, let's say for instance I have a test. Okay, let me enter a test here. My name is Ziggy. Okay, you see that when you enter any and when you enter a range of letters or text in a cell and it is more than the size of the cell, so that it will overlap it. But initially you will see everything there, you see all the text. But when you click on the tab key and enter any other value in the next cell, you see that the rest of the cells will be hidden. Now you want to show everything of the every text of the cell without enlarging the size of the column. That's where you're going to use the wrap text. So just select the cell, then go to wrap text. You see that it will wrap the text in the range or in the column or the cell for you without enlarging the columns, but rather will enlarge the row. So that is the wrap text. We also have merge and center alignment. Okay, we have options under that. So let's click on the options here with the small arrow here. Let's click on it and see what will happen. Now we have a range of cells, but you want the cells to be in one cell, or you want to merge two separate cells. Let's say for instance the names here and the numbers here, you want to merge these two cells, that cell B2 and C2. You want to merge it. So this is the option that you merge. Either you merge it and the text will be at the center of the two merged cells, or it will be across. You merge across. You merge the cells. You just merge the cells without any alignment. Then if it is already merged, then you unmerge it. So let's click on it and see the effect. So let's first of all click on the first one, merge and center. Okay, let's select it. So we need to select the cells here. Then click on merge and center. That's the first one. You see now it has merged. So if you remove the cell, so you remove this. If you click on enter, you see that the cells is now merged. But one thing you must note here is that it is the values of only one cell is showing, because when you want to merge a cell, it only takes one of the values of the cell. So that is it. So you see that the names is have merged the cells. You see that the cell B2 and B and C2 is merged, but with the name, with only one letter, one name or one word in it. Now you can still go to unmerge. Let's go on and unmerge this. Okay, but when you unmerge it, the previous values will not come again. So let's take note of that. Let's make emphasis on the merge across. Now you want to do this. You have selected the whole range here. So let's click on the merge across and see the effect. Merge across. You see that it will merge. Okay, let's select empty space here and do the merge there for you to see the effect. So merge across. You see that it will merge across each row. So each row, the rows that you selected will only merge, but will not merge the whole cells. Okay, so let's undo the effect and then go to merge cells. When you merge the cell, you see that everything, see the difference between the merge across and the merge cell. With the merge cell, it will merge all the range of cells you have selected. With the merge across, will merge in proportion to their rows alone. The merge center, it will merge and then center the text in the range of cells. Then the unmerge will unmerge everything. Remove the merge feature from it. So that is the merge, the wrap, and the alignment. Now let's go further to the alignment. Let's click on this small arrow here. When you click on this small arrow, a dialog box will appear. So with the dialog box, there are so many things you can do with this. But one thing, you have a shortcut of showing this dialog box. Either you click on Ctrl+1. Ctrl+1 will still bring you this dialog box, or you go to alignment, then you click on the small arrow here to bring you to this same dialog box. Now there are so many things you can do here as far as formatting is concerned. So let's start with the number. When you want to enter a values, you need to know the data formats or the data type. If you just don't want to have any formats, or don't want to add any formatting effect to any cell. You just select general. That's the default format of entering in Excel, the general, that is, which is at the top here. But if you are going to enter numbers, that is from 0 to 9, then you can select the number here. Then you select the decimal places that you want it. So this is 2 decimal places. So if you maintain this and you go and enter any value here, it will convert it to 2 decimal places. So let's see if you see that this cell is selected, H8 is selected. So let's click on OK, and I'm going to enter some numbers there and see what will happen. You see that it has now changed to 2 decimal places. That says 76.00 or 0.00. So that is the effect. So this cell has been formatted to enter or to receive numbers in 2 decimal places. So equally, you can also change the decimal places to any decimal place that you want. You see that the list, you can click on this arrow here and then select them. Good. Now the next thing is you can use the separator. That is, if the number is more than 1000, that is from 1000 upwards, you can use the separator to separate it. So let's say let's click on this separator, okay, and then move this one to the default 2 column, 2 decimal places, then hit on OK. Now let's edit this and add, let's say 3 to our, and hit on enter. You see that now the separator is there for you. So if you are entering numbers, or let's say you are dealing with you are inputting an account which needs that separator and the decimal places to cater for the pennies and the kobos and the pesos, you need the decimal places for it. So take note of that. Let's go there again. Now, apart from that, you can still select the currency. If you are still dealing with money, you can select the currency, then the decimal place. So the currency, the symbol is here. For me, the default one is cedis because the settings are I'm in Ghana. That's why you see that the cedi is here. So you can change yours to the dollar here. You can change it to any of the currencies that you have in the world. So you can just scroll and select your currency that you want and just select it. And if you enter any value in that cell which is selected, it will show the currency symbol there for you. The same way you have accounting option, that is very similar to the currency. And when you're dealing with money, you have the date format too here. So date format, you can select the format that you want your date to appear. You can select the location, the calendar type, and everything here. You have the time too. You can select the time. If you want to enter a value in the time format, you can select that, the percentage and others. Everything is here. But you still have the custom. The custom one too. You can select. You can create your own, the way you want your text to appear. That is the custom. Then you do everything here. Okay. So with the alignment too, we have already done that. We have done part of it. The text alignment and others. Now, I want you to make emphasis here. Text control. We are through with the wrap text. But let's talk of string to fit. Let's talk of string to fit. You see that this text, it was overlapping. So if you cancel, let's cancel this and go and select this and remove the wrap text from it. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the format cell again and then click on the string to fit, then hit on OK. Now let's see the effect. You see that it will string your work, it will reduce the size of your work so that it will fit the range or to fit the cell. That is the string to fit. Okay, so let's go to the alignment again and deal with the last thing. The last thing we are going to do here is the other orientation, how you want your text to be oriented. Okay, so you can check the degree here. The normal one is at 90 degree here. So let's check the degree. The degree will be if you click on the arrow downwards to decrease it, then if you click on the top it will increase. So you are selected -5. Let's hit on enter and see the effect. So this is the test that you are going to see, that it has what? It has changed the direction, slightly changed the orientation. Let's go there again and select a huge number. Let's say 50. Okay, then hit on OK. See the changes. So you can use this one to make your work nice and beautiful. That's the orientation. Okay, now the next thing you're going to do is with the fonts. For the font, we have the font names here. I think we did that in our previous lesson. The font style and the size here. Okay, for that one, okay. So what we are going to learn here is the color, the font color. So you can change the font color, the color of your font from here. So click on this, it will give you the list of colors. So you just select the color, then the effect will be applied there. Equally, you can select from here. So the A with the number, the color shade are below. You can select the small arrow there, give you the range of colors that you select from it. You can also select the background color, the background of the cell. So you see that you have the color painter here, so you can select and it will give you the range of colors that will give you the background of your text. So that is it. So if you want to do this, you do that to make your work beautiful. Okay, now let's go to border. We are still on formatting ourselves. We can create a border for your work. Let's say you are dealing with reports, or let's say a letter or let's say a card. You can create a border for yourself. You have the border styles here. So there is the styles you can select from. You can select from any of the styles here. Then the color of the border, the lines, the color of the lines or the border, you can select the colors here. Then the outline, you want it to be just around the text, the whole text, or inside the text, or just remove the alignment or the lines. You can select this one. So just work with it, step through with it, select it and see the effects. You select it and see the effects. You select the outline, so the outlines are there. You see, then you select the style. Okay, then you hit on OK. You see, it has given you the effect here. So there is it. So you see the effect. Let me zoom it. Let me zoom in and you see the effect. Okay, so there is it. So that the border is there on where the blue is. That's where you can see the border. Now let's remove the back color and use no full so that I can see the border clearly. So I see the border. Now the border is there. So you can equally select your whole sheet and create the border for that. Okay, so that's it. But for now, let's pause here and continue another time. God bless you.